One of the great things about working for Yamaha Motor Australia is the number of enthusiasts that we've got working here. As you can see behind me, the car park's always full of motorcycles. So what we thought we'd do, thought it'd be a great opportunity to tap into that wealth of knowledge and experience and let a few of the staff members loose on some new model Yamahas and get their thoughts from a pure riding perspective. So this time we're going to start with the release of the all-new Ténéré 700 World Raid.
My name is Matthew Stevens. My position at Yamaha Motor Australia is Brand Manager for Accessories. I've been riding for about 15 years and my current bike is an MT-09. During my time with the Ténéré 700 World Raid, I clocked up just over 1,000 kilometres. Here is my video log film during my time with the bike. So obviously the major difference is the big 2 fuel tanks on this one, so 22 litres of fuel. The majority of my kilometres were done on highways, so sitting at that 100, 110. I managed to get about 350, nearly 400 kilometres out of the full tank. So the other thing that I wanted to go over is the connected app for this one here. Able to connect it through, and you've got a couple of extra options in there as well. So you've got another RPM dashboard in there, so some constant air temps and water temps. Also has your servicing in there as well. So it tells you I'm at that 1,000 kilometre mark, so I need to book it in for a service. Does an update of the battery, and you've got a few options in the app that you can kind of go through as well with that one. So the other thing is the different screens that you can have as well. So putting into the settings mode, you've got themes. So Explorer is the screen that I was just using. Going into street, you have a more street orientated one. So a more road orientated dashboard there. The other one you can go into is the World Raid screen. Which this is more about connecting your point-to-point timing. I was much happier with your Explorer screen. Nice way to flick through, so just that counter wheel there, so you can kind of flip through your different settings on the screens as well. What I did find with this bike, obviously, so MT-07 engine in it. On the highway, it's a very quick and nimble bike, so definitely can get you out of trouble if you need that extra little bit of power. The bike didn't seem to be heavy and didn't seem to be wide. It was just a nice, agile little bike there, so it was a lot of fun for those 1,000 Ks.
My name is Sean Goldhawk. My position at Yamaha is Marketing Manager for the Land Mobility Division. I've been riding for 45 years and my current bike is the Yamaha Ténéré 700. During my time with the Ténéré 700 World Raid, I clocked up 500 kilometers. Here's my video log filmed during my time with the bike. I've just finished test riding the Yamaha Ténéré 700 World Raid, and I'm here to talk about my experience. It was very good, I have to say, overall. But let's just drill down and see what the changes are between the World Raid and the standard Ténéré, which I happen to own, and I've already clocked up 13,000 kilometers on. Done a lot of off-road on it. Haven't done a lot of off-road on the World Raid yet, but I've ridden it enough to have some comment on some of the features and benefits of the bike. Let's have a look at it. Okay, so first thing you'll notice is the 23 litre tank. have to say that I was a little bit interested, let's say, to see how the differences were with weight and how it carries its weight. And I have to say, one of the main advantages of this bike, the World Raid, is that it carries its extra weight and bulk very well indeed. And the reason for that is here, where you stand up and your knees grip the motorcycle, is actually narrower than the standard bike, believe it or not. The tank's actually also a little bit lower, and the fuel is carried much lower down here in the bike. So that gives it underway a good feeling. You know, on paper it might be a little bit heavier, but once you're underway, that all melts away really quickly. I have to say that the features and benefits of this new bike largely been added to increase long distance ability and comfort. So, for example, you've got the additional steering dampener, which is really good when the going gets rougher and sand or it's like corrugated, and you got that white line fever on standard. You won't get this on the World Raid model. It also has a much more stable platform, so wider and longer foot pegs. That's a good addition. And of course, the first thing you'll notice when you switch it on is the TFT dash, which is much easier to read than the old LCD dash. It also has a 3-position ABS switch, so you can switch the rear off, you can have the front and rear on, or you can have it all off. One of the highlights for me of the new bike is the suspension. So it's slightly longer travel, it's slightly stiffer, the KYB front and back. Got some preload adjustment up here. And even though I didn't go off-road, I have to say that it feels on-road much more compliant and a little bit stiffer. So overall, mainly used it for commuting, did not, as I say, go too far off-road, but the experience was very comfortable, very stable, beautiful handling bike, an improvement definitely over the standard machine, which itself is a great bike.